What is going on, guys? We are back with another video today, and we are in our Las Vegas Raiders franchise. Of course, the regular season ended just recently enough, and we are going to be looking at the stats and awards for the season. Of course, this will be a shorter video, but I do want to separate this from the playoffs, as the videos kind of get long enough the way it is at times, so I don't really want an hour video for a playoff game that could be a complete blowout either side. Of course, we will probably just go to the divisional round as well, so we know who we're playing and all that good stuff. But yeah, let's, I guess, just head right into it. There's not really much more to do, right? I'm trying to make sure. But of course, I am sorry that I didn't stream. I just, it seemed like the interaction with the videos yesterday, it seemed like people were just like, screw it, it's Friday, dude. They obviously did go up quite a bit, so maybe I should have just streamed anyways. There could still be a stream tonight, but if not, for sure on Sunday night, sometime after the Super Bowl, maybe a little earlier, hopefully like 9:30, 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. But either way, if you like the videos, we'll have another video today. We'll have Dolphins franchise tomorrow finally, and then a second channel video more than likely on PK Plays. So, definitely a lot of content, just maybe lacking in the streams as always. But, of course, we are in the playoffs with the number one offense in the league, basically, right? Kind of. Defense is pretty good too, to be fair. But let us see these stats and awards for ourselves, because honestly, we look at them a little bit, but we don't really fully look at them usually. So honestly, some of the numbers might be surprising. I would not be able to tell you who the number one receiver is outside of Waller. So, obviously he's number one. Well, Mecole Hardman, apparently. Thank you, game. Oh, God. But Robbie St. Louis, he finished pretty strong despite those 2 interceptions that we had, which were one not even my fault, obviously, but the other one, yeah, not a good read, but Robbie still finished pretty well, technically better than Trubisky, and Trubisky's been playing on the team for a while, and Robbie was a lower-rated guy, he's a newer guy coming in. Jacobs, if we were to compare him to last season, I would assume it's a down year. Technically, but of course 5 yards per carry is still really, really good. He broke more tackles than last year, though, which is really not surprising. Fumbled less, the same exact long run, which is just really surprising. He just had less carries, that's pretty much it. Running back Drake probably had a really down year comparatively as well, but maybe not in the receiving game. I feel like it wasn't. It was worse yards per carry, but yeah. Kind of similar if you count it, but worse yards per carry. Hardman actually beat Waller for yards with 1,000 plus with 10 touchdowns. Not bad. Darren Waller, 1,008 yards. Not bad. 7 touchdowns. Was out a couple of games. Cobbs was out a couple of games too. I think Fredericks even got hurt. Wanted a better season from Fredericks, but we just didn't get it. The number 2 wide receiver on this team is just doomed to fail. Offensive line was actually pretty damn good for us. We did run around a lot and avoid some pressure doing that, but still, it was pretty good. And then, of course, we know Max Crosby, 24.5. I don't know if we confirmed that he broke the record or not. We'll have to take a look at that, but 14.5 from Cleveland. J.J. Watt with 9.5, which isn't terrible since he also, once again, missed some games. Shocker there. Robbins and Gresham kind of split the assignment there on defense. You could see Robbins was supposed to kind of start full-time this year, but Gresham was still playing slightly more than him. Daniel Carlson, we already knew, right? We just already know. But interceptions, Mullen, 11. If he didn't get hurt, he would have maybe even broke the record himself. Jeff Okuda with 6 interceptions, 3 for Abram, 2 for Diablo, 2 for Merrick, 2 for Gladney, 2 for Hillhouse, who just got that last game, and then Leon Kirkpatrick, who really didn't play a whole lot, even though he was the backup safety everyone. The safeties were just good, I guess. But yeah, once again, Daniel Carlson killed it. Wait, what was that long? Oh, that was extra points. He missed an extra point. No, I forgot about that. Where the hell is the long? Am I just blind? There it is. 60-yarder, not bad. 44 points, that's probably pretty bad for punting. 1,000 yards, kick return and punt return we don't talk about. And that's pretty much our team. Let's take a look at how that compares to the regular, or the whole league. Josh Rosen is a starter, and boy, oh boy, is he not looking super great here. 28 touchdowns to 20 interceptions is really rough, but a lot of yards, so I guess the Saints just let him just go off. Patrick Mahomes, pretty good numbers. Same with Watson. Very similar, actually, but Mahomes is a bit more accurate. What else did we have? Rodgers as a Dolphin with 36 touchdowns, 14 picks, 4,600 yards. Trevor Lawrence threw a lot of interceptions. Tom Brady as a Bronco was okay, but once he played us, not so much. Eric Hunt. Russell Wilson was really good. Any other players? Dak Prescott, Lamar Jackson was not super great. Matthew Stafford was solid. Jameis Winston, speaking of, pretty low. Mac Jones, not bad. But yeah, I mean, some pretty, interesting. You put our numbers together, it would have been 36 touchdowns for 25 interceptions. 4,600 yards? I mean, better than some, but worse than most. Oh, my Lord. But looking at rushing numbers, they weren't that crazy. Considering the type of back Jacobs is, like, who would really compare to him in, like, style and speed? It would kind of just be Carson, right? I mean, just Carson, to be honest. Very similar styles. And if you look at them, very similar performances. So, I mean, what can you really say? 80-yard run, really. Who had the longest? Saquon with 99, 98 for Christian McCaffrey. Fair enough. Receiving was actually pretty low. 1,300 some yards is like the number one. Even our guys probably somewhere close. Well, maybe not. But still, kind of close, I guess. We could have had so many wins if we would have just forced it to Hardman a little bit more. Looking at the touchdowns, Andy Isabella, and then 99-yarders. Probably no. I was about to say a couple, but no, none. A tight end was up there, which is interesting. Blocking, who had the most sacks allowed? Dillard, Decker, Darisaw, Darrell Williams. Interesting. This guy's actually pretty good, I thought. How the hell is he giving up so many sacks? I don't know. It is what it is. Defensively, the most tackles goes to a Lions player. I mean, out there on the field a lot, so it doesn't surprise me. Most tackles for a loss goes to Derek Brown. Our guys are just like nowhere to be found. Sack totals, of course, they're not going to show our guy, but our guy did obviously have the number one on the season. And, Cleveland would have actually been very close, too. He'd been like in the top 10 as well. Picks, we had the number one and potentially tied for number two. I don't know, because once again, if our numbers aren't showing, some of the other teams might not be as well. Deflections, Baba Okereke. I don't know why I said it like that. Baba. Goddamn Baba. Sacks, or forced fumbles, 4 for Diablo. Seems like that was like early on, and then he kind of slowed down a little bit. But Jeff Gladney with 3 recoveries. Must be near Diablo a lot. Blocks, no one cares about. Safeties, no one cares about. Jeff Gladney with 2 pick sixes, I would assume. Actually, no, 1 was a fumble recovery, I'm pretty sure. Kicking. Were we the number 1? Oh, yes, baby. I swear if they give it to Lambo because he was perfect in extra points, like that's just not how it works. The volume is just not there when you're a salonist. Say a saloon. I don't know, dude. Don't care about that stuff. Kick returns. Was it Cooper with the number 1? He was. Not by a whole lot, but number 1. Only 3 kick return touchdowns on the year anyways. And then punt returns, as we expected. Not really a whole lot going there. But MVP, I'm trying to think. Probably Mahomes, right? I'd imagine Mahomes. Let's see it. Watson. I don't know if he had rushing touchdowns, but I think Mahomes was slightly better in passing. They were like dead even, but like a little bit more accurate from Mahomes. It must have been rushing stuff. Max Crosby, though, got some votes. Number 5. Not bad. I'll take it. And look at the Coach of the Year. We take those. Personal wins, I guess. Offensive Player of the Year, no. Obviously, Max Crosby with the Defensive Player of the Year award. A couple of our other guys as well on there. Couple as in 1. I don't know why I thought there was multiple. I think I seen Watt, and I was like, oh, JJ. No. Offensive Rookie of the Year still goes to Robbie St. Louis. I don't know what some of the other guys are looking like, but obviously Robbie did have some rushing touchdowns. I looked at the rushing numbers, but I didn't remember looking at the touchdowns. He came away with some decent scores, I suppose. As far as, like, scoring to turnover, ratio, not terrible, actually, for a rookie. And once again, there was a couple of rough games where it wasn't really his fault. Cobbs, Fredericks, not a whole lot of strong rookies on the AFC side. Jeffrey Barber wins Rookie of the Year. Got to think if Teague wasn't hurt. He got hurt a few weeks, right? Like a couple, maybe he wins it. Best quarterback, I'm not even, what's even the point of looking. Jacobs at number 6 for running back, which is a little low for him. Wide receiver 6 for Hardman. O-line, I don't imagine. Oh, number 9. Okay, fair enough. Couple of linemen from the Patriots. D-line, Crosby. And really, no Cleveland. How? That's a scam. DB, Mullen, obviously. And then Okuda, number 2. We take those. Kicker, Daniel Carlson. I mean, we took some awards, as you would have expected. We did pretty damn well. We had a year. Don't know if we're going to have any upgrades, but I suppose we'll check a look. I don't know, I said check a look, but let's do our strategy, get some XP, and then go to next week and see who we're facing. I don't really pay attention too much to the, what is it called? The health stuff, because usually we're pretty good, but we do get a couple injuries here and there in practice, so we're going to go half pads for the week in between, because you want to be as fresh as possible or as prepared as possible the closer the game gets, so it really doesn't make sense for us to go hard this week, half next week, or hard both weeks. You know, I want to play it as safe as possible, so half pads, shouldn't be any injuries, and even if there is, I think those are only 1 week injuries usually, so we should be fine. But let us go on to the next week, the divisional round. Who's it against? It is against... Wow. Did we really just pull a bad freaking poll, dude? That is about as bad as you could ask for. We get the Chiefs in the first round we play. Obviously, it's the divisional round, so, you know, the Chiefs did have to play someone, obviously, which doesn't really surprise us that they won. But the Texans versus the Patriots. Patriots won. Seahawks versus the Eagles. Not that it really matters unless we make the Super Bowl. You know, Seahawks win. Russell's having a pretty good year. Surprisingly, Jacksonville won. Once again, the Chargers underperforming as always because Trevor Lawrence is looking pretty bad. Rams beat the Giants. The Chiefs versus the Browns. Okay, so as far as like your road to the Super Bowl as an AFC team, that's a good matchup for you. The Chiefs having to play the Browns, it's a good matchup. Minnesota kind of crushes Dallas, which is strange, but fair enough. We're not stoked, but at the same time, we did beat them twice in the year, I believe. So, you know, I don't know if there's any injuries between either team. We'll see after this weekly strategy, but I suppose what you're going to defend is medium. Last time we went medium. Deep is obviously kind of the main focus, but at the same time, we were able to stop the deep semi-naturally. So I think we just have to focus on medium and just hope, you know, we get enough of a pass rush to, you know, kind of limit the deep shots. And then I suppose against the Chiefs, we want to throw it short because even though I want to run inside, you got Chris Jones there. What are they good against? So they are pretty bad in run defense, so screw it, we're going to go run inside. We'll see how the game transpires, but we really do need to have Jacobs have a big game to win this game, to be honest. Not that their secondary is some crazy elite team, but you see in the numbers, they are a little bit better on the pass game or pass defense game. Of course, Trayvon Mullen is back. I don't know what kind of injuries we may have gotten from practice. Hopefully none. Nate Davis is still out. Kirkpatrick, was he already? I think he was. Was he out? Imagine he was out, but all right. I mean, let's use some upgrades, and I think I am going to hold these two off for when we actually, like, most likely stream it. Once again, I think we'll stream it. Leave a like if you want to see this streamed. I just, you know, I want the sound quality to be as best as possible, and Twitch is a little iffy at times, and sometimes the video gets a little grainy, so it's, you know, I really do enjoy streaming it, but at the same time, I want the best quality possible. So if we win and we don't like the quality, we can always just not stream it next time. And what the hell? There we go. Upgrades. Jesus. I'm figuring out what's going on. I just can't. Alec Engel gets an upgrade, which is not crazy great, but he gets a strength upgrade, which is kind of cool, I guess. Brandon Fredericks, deep threat. He isn't. I want him to be the deep threat, but he's not really a deep threat. Technically, I think we should really just build him to be like kind of like a Cooper Kupp, but a little bit faster, obviously. Ooh, a lot of bit faster after that. 94 speed, that's a pretty big upgrade. Chuck Rhodes, once again, agility, because tackles usually going up against the finesse players of the league on the edge. Alex Kappa, quite the opposite. Go with the power upgrade, even though he's been super iffy at times. And strength upgrade, didn't even look at what that brought him to. And Okuda, this could be a big upgrade for him because, once again, he played pretty well in absence of Mullen that whole time. We go zone coverage because that's more of his need. And we take a +3 to zone, which puts him at 78, which is still really low. But 84 man, 78 zone. He has been worth every penny we paid to trade for him. Now, I can't remember how many pennies that was, but I think it was probably like, no way it was more than a second, right? I'd say it was probably a second round. That's what I would have valued him at, but maybe we're desperate, to be fair. When did we trade? It was, actually, maybe it was last year we traded for him. I honestly don't remember. I'm not sure why. Waller was a pretty cheap deal, actually. Okuda, we paid him, obviously. Jeff Gladney. This Callaway trade wasn't great, but he was taken kind of later, so we were able to give him a lot of, you know, a high amount of picks, but not a high, what is that called? Like quality pick, I guess. But yeah, obviously, a very tough matchup. Could we be one and done? I'd be very sad if we were, because once again, the way our numbers look, the way we just find ways to win, the potential of the team more than anything, you really like our chances. But of course, it is the Chiefs at the end of the day. Our defense is good, but the Chiefs' offense is, I mean, I wouldn't even say great. It is pretty good. I'd actually say our defense is great. Their offense is good, but I don't know. I just don't know. It kind of depends on what Mahomes is seeing, because we've seen a couple of blind reads, but we've also seen some absolute dots. You know, some freaking threading of the needle. I mean, hopefully my man's just is off, and that's all I can really hope for. Even though we're maybe not a team prepared for the snow, I kind of wish we were in Kansas City, and it would maybe throw the game off a little bit if they can't, you know, cut as quickly with, you know, guys like Tyreek Hill. Maybe it becomes a running game, and that's a battle we would like to be in. So, you know, it's kind of unfortunate we're at home for this one, but I guess you want to always be at home for these games. So we'll hopefully ride off the energy of the fans, and yeah, I mean, there's nothing we can really do but to play the game. Obviously, we'll play that sooner rather than later. Like I said, maybe Sunday night. Regardless, probably be a Monday or Tuesday upload if you're not somebody that like watches streams, or if we decide not to stream it. But yeah, playoff rivals, and then of course a breakout. I'm trying to think, maybe it's Hill House. It's kind of, you know, lackluster. I mean, unless they gave him like 20k XP and he got some sick upgrades, even then I wouldn't believe in him. But you know, nice little performance from him. So I don't know. We'll see who it is. But yeah, that's pretty much it. There'll be a video later today, like I said, and yeah, maybe a stream. This would be something, you know, I was like, oh, likely yesterday, but this would be something I would definitely have to let you know that I am, rather than I'm not. But yeah, whether I do or not tonight, for sure Sunday night, so there's always that. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching. If you guys enjoyed, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new. Follow you on Twitter. I almost said follow you on Twitter at Jeromepkr. Second channel, PKR Plays, like I said, and then twitch.tv/Jeromepkr for streams. And let me know if you think we're going to beat the Chiefs 3 times in a season. To go from like multiple seasons of losing to beating them 3 times in a season would be a hell of a turnaround. Stealing Hardman seems to have played a big factor, and we're hoping to get a big performance against them with him, just to really stick it to him. But that's about it. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys come back for next video. But until next video, see ya!